What is this, day 4? It's day 4, day 3, I don't even know. It's Tuesday. Day 4, day 3, I don't even know. It's Tuesday. We're just leaving the little anchorage right now. Sunrise coming up, and we are outside of Boot Key Harbor, and we're heading up to Snake Creek. We can get in on the other side of the key, and there's a good protected, couple good protected bays.
Over the last few days, we've experienced a lot of firsts, but the highlight was definitely being escorted by a pod of dolphins. Of course, it was also the first time sailing in the Atlantic, going under a drawbridge, and even hailing someone on the VHF.
First Navy ride to shore!
Mike! It works! She lives! We made it.
Of course, not all the firsts went as planned.
So I tried taking little Munchkin for a walk this morning, and I flooded the motor on the dinghy. I could not figure out how to get myself back here. I couldn't get the engine going. I couldn't row. I went to the restaurant a bunch of times, asked people to help me. Nobody would help me. It was just kind of weird. I'm not used to that, where like no one will help you. So, I mean, I should be self-sufficient and be able to do it myself, but you know, sometimes you need help. But finally somebody came up and helped me get it started. It was flooded, and they showed me how to make it so I could get it going again. And finally made it back just in time. The wind is really picking up. I'm glad to be safe and sound. I'm not taking the dinghy anywhere by myself anytime soon.
Working on boat projects meant we spent a lot of time researching online and looking at books, but it also meant lots of phone calls to family, friends, manufacturers, stores, and of course the previous boat owners, who were so helpful and patient with us. Not all of our projects were in the boat, however. Some were underneath.
How you doing?
Good. Just waving. Oh, jeez.
How's your first snorkel?
Pretty good. Once I get the hang of it, it's nice. It's hard work though. Cleaning the bottom of the boat.
On your first snorkel, clean the bottom of your boat. Good job. Hey, what's going on? So, we're noticing some leaking when we run the engine, and so I got down in the engine compartment, which is, you can see, I'm a big guy, and this boat actually, I think, as I'm getting used to it, is actually better than I thought for engine access. You actually do get pretty good access to the engine from all sides. One side's a little more difficult, but I mean, for the most part, to be able to get down here and work on the engine is a treat. This is the stuffing box. So what I have to do is this bolt, and this one are two different bolts, and so this one you have to loosen up, and then you have to screw this back or forth in order to allow more or less water in. And there's kind of a sweet spot, which I have no idea what the sweet spot is, but it was definitely sending out more drips and than it probably should. So, but I might have over tightened it a little bit. So we're gonna put the engine on and see if we're getting any drips. And now there's no dripping. So I think we'll get it, once we get underway, I'll come down here and check it. But there's so much stuff in the cockpit, it's just really difficult. But now we're getting back into our electrical, so we're having a lot of issues with the chart plotter not working, and so this fuse right here is shutting off the system. So you mess with it, there you go. So that's one problem. We don't think that was the problem that was making the chart plotter turn off. But so I'm gonna cut this fuse off and wire this directly here, and hopefully that'll at least cut off this being an issue. Because it just shuts off at weird times, and we're guessing it's because it's not registering enough power to stay on. But there's plenty of actual power, so somehow it was getting distributed improperly, or something's sucking it up. So that's just where we're at.
So today I have the lovely job of fixing the toilet again. These are my instructions. Kind of hard to see here, but they're not really instructions. They just, you know, have a diagram. So, and not all the things I have match the picture. So I'm basically going to tear it apart and replace the things that I have and not replace the things I don't have. Seems like a solid plan, right? Yeah, I'm not sure if that's a solid plan. We'll see. So I'm going to get started on that exciting, dirty, gross project. Do I look excited? Because I'm not at all. The issue, I think, is the stuffing. So when you pump the toilet, there's stuffing that kind of helps control the water go in and out. And I think that's shot. So I need to go into that whole system. I have some pieces to rebuild it, which was kind of a nightmare to find because this toilet hasn't been made for like 10 years. So found the rebuild kit. I'm going to do most of the rebuild today. And hopefully that helps, because otherwise, I don't know what we're gonna do. If we'll have to get a new toilet, or you know, find other means to use the bathroom.
Buckets. So we're taking a little break. Chris is fixing the bathroom again. I'm fixing the chart plotter again. We're gonna make some dinner again, and I'm gonna have a beer again. Man, we haven't been shooting a lot outside lately. Been working on the boat for the last 2 days, enjoying the bad that goes along with the good. I'm just gonna pan around because sometimes it kind of makes all this kind of worthwhile. Morning dog duty. And the only place we could find that we could sneak in for a little while. Pretty spot though. This is mile marker 88. It's a restaurant over here, and they have a nice little beach. So we've been pulling up here in the morning and throwing our garbage out, letting Lily poop on land. It is Monday, I think it's about April 7th or so, and we're trying to figure out a good day to jump over to the Bahamas here on the next, either tomorrow or Wednesday. Now we have to go back in the cockpit locker and we have to adjust the stuffing box. Ugh, I'm not even looking forward to that. But that's what we got to do now. So Chris is going to be captaining the boat while I make adjustments. If I'm super lucky, like 1 in 100 lucky, the adjustments I already did will be good enough. We'll see. So we're gonna get on with it, and then we got to get over to shore, get our GPS. That was short-sighted on my part for sure. So we've needed to scramble the last couple days to get ourselves properly prepared with the right charts and electronics and apps and things like that. And I think that's about it. stopping off to pick up a delivery from Marine Electronics, which is around here about a block or so. Hopefully be able to get some beer and stuff too. I feel like a kid in a candy store right now.
So I've just gotten back from the store, not as successful as a trip as we would have hoped. So we went to the store, which was great. We got our deliveries from the Marine Electronics store, Keys Marine Electronic, which was amazing. Picked up a couple supplies from them as well. But we did try to do some work on the internet and upload a video, but that didn't happen, unfortunately. So the internet was just too slow where we were at. So we might go to the restaurant tonight and try to use their Wi-Fi and get some things done, but we still need to make a decision on that yet because, you know, we've got a lot to get done in addition to needing to work online. Just kind of a juggle right now, but we'll figure it out.
Okay, so finally we're eating out in the cockpit for the first time in 2 days because it's been clear enough. Everything's clear until you get here. Oh. We pretty much just got sick of all the crap in the cockpit, fixing everything. We finally figured out what was wrong with the chart plotter, and I can't fix it. Well, I can, but it's going to take more than I can do here. The antenna for the GPS it's the GPS system and the antenna that's causing some issues, and we don't know what it is. So either we rewire it all. But again, we have iNavX and charts for the Bahamas, and so we can get around, and we're not going to be in too much danger. We'll actually be in pretty good shape, and we have a little bit of redundancy, and yeah, that's it.
Soon we were back on the water, heading up to jump over to the Bahamas. Little did we know that trip would not be happening anytime soon. Coming up next time.
So I gotta walk about 2 miles.
Put our pennant hoist up. There's the champ. We're about a half a mile from a lee shore, so, or me screaming from the bow. Par for the course. Bump your head on everything. Don't touch your hands.
Nope, no. Hi.
Oh yeah, better. Oh, look at a freak of nature with that mop. Who are you calling monkey?
Really?